All right, let's be honest. Let's be honest for a second. Growth is uncomfortable. Like, really uncomfortable. Not the kind of discomfort you scroll past on TikTok. I mean the deep, soul stretching kind that shakes you at 2 a.m., that makes you question everything you thought you knew about yourself. Hello, welcome to the Main Health Show. I'm Stephanie Anderson. Whether we're talking about healing from trauma, shifting patterns that no longer serve us, or stepping into purpose after years of playing small, the moment you leave your comfort zone is where fear and resistance show up like uninvited guests. Well, our guests don't just study discomfort. She walked into it with open eyes and turned it into a roadmap for transformation. She's a published author whose book, The Uncomfortable Zone, invites us to step boldly into the places we avoid, confront what we've been dodging, and discover that pain isn't something to run from. It's something to move through. The wisdom in her work is rooted in love and speaks to every person who's ever stood on the edge of change, heart pounding, wondering, can I really do this? Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Kathleen Carter Stiggers, better known to many of us as Queen. She's an author, truth teller, and guide for anyone ready to grow beyond fear and reclaim strength in the spaces that once scared them. Welcome, Queen, to the Main Health Show.
Well, thank you, Stephanie, and I really want to thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
And I am excited about being here and being able to share my book, The Uncomfortable Zone, with everyone. And you did a great job of explaining about uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, let's get right into it. Go ahead and tell me a little bit about your book.
Okay, the book, it's called The Uncomfortable Zone because on the back it says, I am my mother's child and my father's daughter. And the reason it says that, I lost my mother at 12 to cancer. And I was only really close to her. So it left me in a totally uncomfortable place. It took me from the comfort of a mother, and we all know mothers are comforting. Yes. And my father was very good. He was there. But it made me totally uncomfortable, period. But we all deal with being uncomfortable every single day. So because of what I've went through in life, several situations, I've lost my nephews. They were both murdered at one time. So, you just get, there's always things coming at you. But not just that, we're uncomfortable all the time. In my book, it clearly says, the first time we're uncomfortable is when we come through the birth canal. Because we've been living in the comfort of our mother's womb. But when you come out on the other side, now the babies are crying because they are uncomfortable. They need their milk. They want warmth, they want to be held, but we're all uncomfortable. When we go to a new job, we get a new boss. You think you know what you're getting, but you don't know until you get there.
So let's kind of get into that. So your book, we've shown the book is called The Uncomfortable Zone. So you've spoke about like your background, but what inspired you to embrace that title and really define what the uncomfortable is? I think you started to talk about it starts at birth.
Yes, it does.
Through the birth canal.
So what inspired me to pick that title, the poems in the book are actually poems I've written for people. I write them at funerals, literally while I'm sitting there. Someone has a wedding. I write all kind of poems. So my friends actually asked me, can you write a book? Now, I picked The Uncomfortable Zone because, as I said, we're always uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable coming here because I didn't know if I was going to get a parking space. So we're always uncomfortable.
And there are different levels of comfort.
That's right. There are different levels, but you're still uncomfortable. Every time we were uncomfortable the first time we took our first steps. We were babies. We were crawling. We were uncomfortable walking like this. So there's not a time. Every day you're probably uncomfortable in some form. You just don't call it out. But most days we are uncomfortable at some point. Now, some people are uncomfortable all day. I have a master's in psychotherapy. So we know that some people that have OCD, they're uncomfortable all day long. They have to use self-talk consistently throughout the day. Sometimes just to get through not just hours, but minutes.
Is that why they do the repetitious when they have the different things that they do?
That is correct. Yeah.
It's soothing for them.
It's soothing for them. And so I'm also a life coach. With the people that I have them make notes. You know, they'll put them, if they are at work, put them on their computer. There's a process if they start to get too anxious, because they get anxious. I tell them, take your thumb, put it in your hand. If you do that, you'll feel you're taking the anxiousness and drawing it someplace.
Does it make it more grounded then?
It does. It grounds you. And I'm hyper. I have ADHD adult myself. So I'll be sitting in meetings and I'm telling you, I'm looking around going, I'm uncomfortable. I really want to get out of here because I've been here. So I have to do this. No one notices it. That's why you have the processes to help people control it.
So those techniques even you apply to yourself in different situations. So I love the fact that you are a poet. You like writing, and that you even shared that you've done it for occasions such as funerals or even or weddings. So you write, I feel, with a sense of love and reflection that truly seems to invite your readers into a deeper self-awareness. Who was the first person that came to mind as you were really writing your book, and why?
It was my mother.
Okay.
Note I said my mother died of cancer, but she had it for 10 years. They had diagnosed it. So my mother died when I was 12, but she knew she was eventually going to die because she had a tumor and it grew. But she taught me to read at 3 years old. She taught me to read. She used to use the trick. I'm cooking. Can you read the newspaper to me? Now, I didn't know what she was doing. It was a good trick, you know. And I would, newspaper, the words are hard. She would say, no, sound those out. So she taught me to read because she knew she wasn't going to be here. She used to make me do public speaking, the longest speeches, because I was hyper. So she was also taking my energy and putting it where it needed to go. So once she left, I'd still be able to survive.
You had those tools.
And so, of course, she came to mind first.
She laid down that foundation for you. And actually, she may have, I mean, if you think about it, instilled what it is that you do today in helping people.
Yes. And she did, and I want to go ahead and expound on that. You're correct. Even though she had cancer, she still did volunteer work. And I've been doing volunteer work since I was 23 years old. I've been with the NAACP as a VP, and that might be fighting, but you're volunteering, you're not getting paid. Currently, I'm a volunteer with D2, it's called D2 Strong and D2 Can. Also, as you see, I am a member of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, the Nu Eta Sigma chapter. And our founders, the Seven Pearls, greater service, greater progress is our motto. So I always go to where I'm volunteering and giving back. We have to give back. My mother told me, you always have to give back 10 times what you take.
I love it. Because, you said something, volunteering, I'm not getting paid, but we must understand that when you're doing something, you may not monetarily be receiving a benefit, but I believe that there is something that we give when we give.
That's correct.
A lot of people think that they're really doing good when they're receiving, but I believe there is such power when you give outside yourself. So compensation doesn't mean monetarily. You can be compensated for knowing that you're making an impact and a difference in someone's life. And I really like knowing that that was a little seed planted by your beloved mother before she left here. Yes. So I feel like, Queen, that there is a strong sense of universality in your work and what you do. Rooted in love and not limited by race or background,
Mm-mm.
How do you think stepping into discomfort connects us to others that have different life experiences? Because not everybody experiences the same thing.
No, they don't. Stepping into discomfort helps us because remember, they've taken a journey.
Yes.
I've taken a journey.
Yeah.
So, as I told you earlier, I used to work downtown right there
Yeah.
at the University of Texas.
Yeah.
When I got bored because I'm hyper, I would go walk around.
Mm-hmm.
And I would walk down, and right around the corner, there are a lot of homeless.
Yes.
And I would walk down and stop and talk to them.
Yes.
I wasn't uncomfortable.
Yes.
A lot of people are.
Yes.
But let me tell you what I learned.
Yes.
A lot of those people,
Mm-hmm.
they've done things you and I have never done.
Yeah.
They've accomplished things
Yes.
we've never done.
Yes.
And two of them were veterans, and I was actually able to give them information because there isn't any reason for a veteran to be on the street.
Yeah.
Veterans can get benefits. But we talked, and I was comfortable.
Yeah.
Now, when I first approached them, they were uncomfortable.
They were uncomfortable. Yeah.
But you know why they were uncomfortable? So many people are mean to them. They didn't know if
Yeah.
I was approaching them to say, why are you sitting here? You
Yeah.
shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
But they never asked me for anything.
Mm-hmm.
They just started talking and was
Yeah.
happy that I was talking
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
But I learned so much
Yes.
from those people because of what they've been through.
The thing about it is humanity.
Mhm.
You were treating them as who they are. Whether it's a man or a woman, they're children of God. They're
Mhm.
human.
Mhm.
So, I think sometimes people go through their days really busy and they overlook those.
Mhm.
But you were able just to say, hey, how are you? And just have a conversation.
Mhm.
And that took away the uncomfortable in them
Mhm.
because not everybody is nice. We know that. But it allowed them to probably tell about themselves. Maybe they haven't recounted that story that they shared with you in
Mhm.
years, but you were able to make them feel like they are important because they are. I love that.
Mhm.
I truly love that. In your journey as an author, and you're very creative, we know that. What has been the most uncomfortable moment that led to a significant breakthrough or blessing?
My publisher.
Okay.
When I was writing my book,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know who I was going to use.
Okay.
But my cousin, his name is Oris Wynn,
Okay.
he had already written a book.
Okay.
And his book, she did it.
Okay.
Well, his book, actually, the city of Austin made it required reading for all schools.
I love that.
And his book, as I don't want to misquote, it's Being Black Unapologetically.
Mm.
So when I reached out to her, because he told me to, let me tell you, this book I started in 2021,
Okay.
but the time was never right to publish it. Something just kept saying, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
She stuck with me all the way.
Okay.
But I paid her up front. And she said, you don't have to pay me up front, pay the rest. I said, no. I'm going to give you all your money. But
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you,
Yeah.
this woman stuck with me. She's a Christian. She has written her own books. She just got her PhD. But all along the way,
Yeah.
she stuck with me.
Yeah.
And no matter what, she was so patient. She made me feel comfortable
Yes.
doing something that I myself didn't know how to do.
Yeah.
She made it so easy. And once we talked, we found out we have the same employee relations, HR background.
Okay.
So she owns a big company,
Mhm.
and she consults with
I
me
love that.
sometimes.
I love
So
that.
see, God brought us together.
Yes.
And she said herself, at the time, we never knew
Yeah.
that it wasn't just going to be the book.
Yes.
But it was going to be this business she had because I specialize in investigations and tough cases.
Okay.
So she calls me and her husband will say, are you stuck? Well, why don't you call Queen?
I love it.
So you never know.
You never know.
We thought it was the book,
Yes.
but it wasn't just a book.
Yeah.
God was saying, I have something else for you
turned
too
out to be
that
a
you're going to do
blessing.
together.
It turned out
Mhm.
to truly be a blessing. Queen, your writing invites readers to pause and reflect.
Mhm.
For someone who's hesitant to leave their comfort zone,
Mhm.
because many people get in spaces that they don't want to leave. You even talk about the baby in the womb, but when the uterus start contracting, it's time for them to leave. They start to be uncomfortable. What's the first step you'd encourage people to take that are transitioning from a comfort area to being uncomfortable, and why?
Pray first.
Okay,
Okay.
I love that.
Because you need backup.
Yes.
You need some real backup. But then what they need to do is they need to figure out, visualize themselves at the other end.
Yes.
What they say about a movie, don't write it unless you know what the ending's going to be. So they need to see themselves going where they want to go.
Yes.
And they need to write it down.
Write it down.
When you write stuff down, because we know words that are written down, they're not going to fade. The ink may fade, but your thoughts may fade.
I love that.
You may think of something and somebody interrupts you and the thought is gone.
Yes.
Make sure they see themselves accomplishing what they want, getting to where they want to go. And then on the back of my book, it says, if you don't mind.
Yes, I would love for you to read it.
It says here, my motto is enough is enough. Surviving the tough times requires that you pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and say, time to change the world.
I love that. And if we have a few minutes left, do you have a particular, I think you wanted to share one of your poems.
That's right.
Would you like to read that? We have a few minutes left.
Okay. Now this poem, from this book, it's called It's Cancer. And the reason I picked it, I've already told you.
Yes.
My mother died of cancer. And then in 2017, I lost my sister who raised us after my mother died to cancer. And I'm sure cancer has touched your life as well.
Yes, it has.
So it says, it's cancer. You climb out of bed just because you know you should, finding that little piece of joy or what they call good. You are the victim, the one left behind, the one who built their life on a dream preferred. That dream that you anticipated would be the poster child for those who believe in the happily ever after. You said I do, and they said I will, and you both walked into a tomorrow that was painted with the colors of the sun and only went away when the moon came out to slowly watch it subside. You reacted to a catastrophe that was shoved into your face when a stranger that was neither a friend nor an enemy said, it's cancer. And as both of you pretended that you did not hear the message sent from a person who had delivered it so often that they sang it like a song without emotion or empathy. As you both went home weighing your options and crying on one another's shoulders, you held each other so close because letting go would mean reality. The reality that your 1 + 1 = 2 was now possibly divided. And as you lower your head, you awake knowing that the tragedy has already happened, and you are now in a tomorrow that is staring you in the face. And it is reality, and you are no longer there. You are here, and you cannot step into your tomorrow because yesterday wakes you up and puts you to bed. But cancer is the enemy, and I am your lover and friend, and I'm here. Can you see me now?
That is so powerful. And yes, you posed a question before reading that so eloquently that I remember growing up that cancer was a word we didn't freely say. It was the C word, but it's become so common now. And there's been a lot of different advances in medicine, but then there are a lot of people we've lost along the way. So I think this is a good area to stop right now. But before I do, I am sure that there is someone, Queen, who is going to want to know more about you, learn about the different things you do. Do you have methods of contact that you can share with the Main Health audience?
Yes. If you want to reach me, my email address is klsqueenb@gmail.com. So, and my phone number, because it's a cell phone, is 210-774-7860. And I'll repeat the email address because they get convoluted. That is klsqueenb@gmail.com. And you can email me there, and I'll be glad to respond. And please, if you can, try to pick up my book, and it's called The Uncomfortable Zone.
So that is what we're going to end with this segment, but we'll soon be back to the Main Health Show.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Anderson, the Alopecia Advocate, speaker, author, and host of the Main Health Show. If you're living with alopecia, struggling with self-image, or simply yearning to feel seen, heard, and whole again, I wrote this book just for you. My newest book, 52-Week Daily Devotionals and Alopecia Affirmations, Cultivate Empowerment and Self-Love Every Day of the Year, is a transformational guide to help you reclaim your confidence, restore your faith, and rediscover your beauty inside and out. Each day delivers a heartfelt devotional rooted in spiritual truth, paired with a daily affirmation designed to uplift your spirit, challenge negative beliefs, and replace them with radical love for you. This isn't just a book. It's a healing companion, a daily practice, a declaration that you matter. Your reflection matters. Your journey matters. Get ready to walk in your worth, speak your life into your reflection, and start each day with divine confidence. It's time to love who you see in the mirror every single day. You're not alone in this journey. And this book, 52-Week Daily Devotionals and Alopecia Affirmations, is your daily reminder that healing is possible and joy is your birthright. Let's walk in that together. And welcome back to the Main Health Show. This is the segment where we pose a question. We love to call it the main question, rooted in awareness. And we have the Queen here, and she has agreed to answer one of the questions based on alopecia to bring more awareness to the cause. Queen, if you could share one message about alopecia to your audience or clients, what would that question be? And why would it be important to you?
The message, and I actually had a client with alopecia, would be first that you are beautiful without it. And that even though they've told people that our hair is our crown and glory, that is not the case. Our crown and glory comes from within us, how we make each other feel. But because they feel uncomfortable and because embarrassed, I try to get them to see, and as you can see, sometimes I change my hair 3 times a day. So I try to get them to embrace. I actually tell my clients, why don't you go and get you some hair, several of them. Look at yourself in the mirror. I said, but what you will learn is you actually get to be different people. You're no longer just one person. And every time you put on a different head of hair, you can be whoever you want to be. So your hair is actually not your crown and glory. Your crown and glory is inside of you. It's how you treat people, how you make people feel. Because when you leave people, they don't remember your hair. They remember how you made them feel. That's your crown and your glory.
I love that. That is so powerful. Thanks again for visiting with me here on the Main Health Show.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. And this is all for this segment of the Main Health Show. I'm Stephanie Anderson. And until next time, take care and be blessed. Bye-bye.
Thank you.